thought of discussing about time management. This could be a commonly discussed topic, but today I'm going to wrap it all up to one place, kind of to a couple of slides. And this is done through a review of book named Master Your Time, Master Your Life by Brian Tracy. So this will be like a book review. I chose this especially because I wanted to have proper ground to what I'm discussing, since the facts are very well researched and proven. So I thought I can go ahead. The explanation to the title of the book will be that the quality of your life is largely determined by the quality of your time management, because we all are given 24 hours of a day, and it is the same with the most successful person in the world and for all of us. And when we say success, it depends on how an individual perceives his or her life. However, if you think back about how you spent your last weekend and you can be proud and satisfied about it, you can call it success. At the same time, it is very important that you know the depth of what you can do within a given time. In other words, you have to understand your potential and have to keep on improving on it as well. So let's go to the contents of the presentation. So this is like the author has divided the time of the day into 6 categories. He says that the psychologists tell us that the level of esteem, like how we like and respect ourselves, is the key measure of how happy you are in any area of life. The key to self-esteem is the feeling of self-efficacy, the confidence that you can master in your life, how you achieve your goals and perform your task. So why he divides the day into 6 categories is because most people live in a reactive responsive mode. When something happens around us, we react and we respond immediately, sometimes automatically, unthinkingly, becoming slaves of the moment. But the key to taking full control over your time is how you are gonna manage your life. So it is for you to identify the kind of time and behavior that is required to you for each moment, and then for you to respond appropriately for each situation. So when you plan for certain time period, you have to stop and question, where am I now in my life? How did I get there? Where do I want to go? So that is how this strategic planning and goal setting time comes into play. So the first type is the strategic planning and goal setting time. There we have to question, we have to ask these questions, and we have to find answers. Where am I now in my life? How did I get to where am I today? Where do I want to go in the future, and how can I go there? So before you start your day, you have to decide that thing, where you are going to end up. So the next part is like how you strategically plan and set your goals at the beginning of your day. So that's a saying that before you do one thing, you have to do another thing. So that is how you plan for the day. Before you do it, you have to plan, and the plans or the goals should be clear, and they should be most probably written. We call them SMART goals. And then we have to carefully examine the various strategies you can implement to achieve those goals as well. And the next part is productive time, getting more done. So this is where you put your goals or plans into work. So the author mentions about 3 keywords. The first one is the clarity. So clarity is about what results are expected of me. So we all in the workplace, we all should be result oriented in life and work both. Results can be everything sometimes. They are the major, if not the sole determination of how your income, your reputation, your performance, your future, everything depends on the results. So you have to be very clear on that. When you start doing something, you have to ask yourself, what will others be expecting of me and what I am expecting myself to get done. So that is about clarity. And then the second and the third keywords are focus and concentration. So I think most of you have heard this saying, work while you work and play while you play. So that is about how focused you are. Is the important work. Everything you do requires single-minded concentration for a sustained period of time. So that is called concentrated mind activity. So most of the times when we start working, our electronic devices, they interrupt and break your focus and they distract you. So you will not be able to complete your task at the expected time period. So, and another interesting thing I found out of this book was, each and every time you hear a notification sound from your phone, it can phone or the laptop, can be an email coming into your inbox, maybe a WhatsApp message, anything. It results in a considerable amount of dopamine in your brain. So dopamine is called a chemical where it makes you excited. So each and every time you hear the notification sound, you get excited. Sometimes it can be happiness, sometimes it can be frustration. Sometimes you are expecting something, but that turns out to be something else. So let's say you are getting a phone call from an unknown number, so you get excited to know who that is, and at the same time, if that person turns out to be someone that you don't like, it ends up having negative impacts on what you were doing at that moment. So it is very important that you don't get distracted from those things. So when you work, so at this time, during the productive time, these were the 7 types of waste identified by the author. Like I said, telephone, email and text interruptions. So you have to minimize the impact of those things. So you have to have a schedule on when to check them. So that is one thing. And then unexpected visitors. So sometimes, let's say you are the CEO of the company. So if you get unscheduled, unexpected visitors, so that can be a total wastage of your day. Then meetings, when you conduct meetings, you have to make sure only the important things are being discussed, and you have to start on time and stop on time as well. And then this thing, firefighting, is about how you respond to emergencies, like how you take immediate decisions. Sometimes some decisions can be taken by others so that you don't have to attend to those things. Some decisions you have to take, you must take, otherwise you cannot get the expected result. So you have to have a proper plan on how to respond for those things as well when you are doing a very important work. And then procrastination, which we most of us do, including me. So it's a total waste of time, because we know something that can be done within 5-6 minutes can go up to like 30-40 minutes, because you procrastinate, because you don't do it at the moment and you keep postponing it. and then socializing and idle conversations. So this might sound like you don't have you cannot socialize or converse among each other while you are working. It's not the case, but you have to make sure that the important work you are doing is getting done as well. And then indecision and delay, this is where you spend without deciding on what to do, and then you keep delaying things. So these are 7 types of waste at workplace. So if you want to be productive, you have to work while you work. So we have to minimize the impact from each of these types. And then the third type is income improvement time. So if I'm to ask a question from you guys, what is your most valuable financial asset?
You mean something tangible, right? Oh.
No, actually you have to relate it to the topic, so you have to be careful.
Time, right?
Time
That too,
can be right, like how you spend your time. Then yeah, time is an asset, but how you spend your time could be the more sensible answer, right? So the author says it's earning ability. So yeah, if you have so many abilities that you can convert it to an earning, so you can make non-stop financial, non-stop monetary values, right? So it is about that. So you have to have important skills that cannot be replaced by anyone else, right? So you have to understand that, and then you have to keep on improving on that front. So within this time, income improvement time, sometimes this could not be the time you work at your workplace. Sometimes you start working at working place 8 a.m. then you finish off by 5 p.m. But after 5 p.m. you start this time, income improvement time. You can be freelancing, you can be consulting to another company. So that can be your most valuable time. So you have to understand that thing. And also skills become obsolete, so that you have to invest at least 2 hours per day, 5 days per week to learn new skills. A weakness of us, a mistake we do is that when we get a job, we mostly stop learning. We abandon our LinkedIn profile and we don't add things up. So that is one thing I did as well. So but LinkedIn is one of the most important profiles that we can have, because I can say that I have one of my friends. She is very active on LinkedIn. So even after she got the job, she was offered 5 or 6 jobs within 2 months of time. So that is also for senior BA positions and blah blah blah. So that is because she has a strong presence in this LinkedIn platform. So that is about how you invest your time to improve on your important skills. And it is said in the book that if you become a lifelong learner, your potential has no limit. It's true. And then the fourth type is the spare time. The book calls this time as a byproduct of our life. Because byproduct is the product that we get as a result of another product. Here I found a story in that book, how Bayer's company came up with this product called aspirin. Aspirin was not a main product of them. So as a byproduct of another main product they were having, they were producing this acid called acetylsalicylic, which is the ingredient in aspirin. So the owner, Bayer, he saw that acetylsalicylic acid was taken by the employees when they were leaving workplace. And then he inquired why. Then the employee said that when you consume this acetylsalicylic acid, your muscle pain and your tiredness go away. So that is where the owner came up with the product aspirin. Aspirin. He named it as aspirin. It is just another byproduct of their main products, but which made a major influence in this healthcare industry. So it is, the bottom line is, what you do with your spare time can make all the difference between success and failure in life. You can spend it on pleasurable activities, or you can invest it in your life, in your future. When you say that it can be anything that you think makes sense for your life. So the author or the presenter here I cannot say what you should do. It should be something meaningful for yourself. So that is about spare time. And then creative time. So this is another interesting fact. Each person has 4 ideas each year, and any one of those 4 would make them a millionaire if they followed up on it. And I think most of you, including me, have asked this question myself. I thought of that idea a long time ago. So when a product comes into market and when people starts advertising, and then when I get to know about it, I suddenly get the feeling that, okay, I thought of that idea a long time ago, but I haven't done anything about it. But this person has taken it towards a marketable product. So that is because the person kept on improving on it. He kept on planning, brainstorming on it, and then at the end of the day, it becomes a commercial product. So when you talk about creativity can be of 2 types. Integrated intelligence and original thought. Integrated intelligence comes with the knowledge, experience, and so on. So when you work on a particular area for a long time, you get to learn everything about it, so you make a product out of it. Like, it's not a very groundbreaking thing, but it is still creative. And then the other one is original thought. That is where disruptive products come into market, like Uber, like iPhone. Those things were very disruptive. Nobody has ever thought about it. So that is another type of creativity. So you can be either of them, or you can be both of them as well. So the only thing is, you have to minimize, like when you have a creative thought in your mind, three major things the book author mentions are fear of failure. So if you minimize fear of failure, and if you think that others will not accept it, and if you are learned, if you always think that you could be not doing it in the right way, so you will have that thing for a long time in your mind, and eventually you will forget that creative idea of yours. So you have to minimize those bad feelings you get, and make the most out of your creative time during the day. And then the day is not only about how you make money or how you reach the toppers of the corporate ladder. It's not about it. Like I said, it's how you perceive your life. but we all need the balance in our life. So when we talk about people and family, the author says that you have to imagine your ideal life. That means, what will you do when you are given everything that you want with your so let's say you have all the money in the world. How you will treat your family? How will you spend time with them? The author says that you are never late, or you don't have to have all of them. With what you have at this moment right now, you can do everything with them, but the only thing is you have to have the intention, you have to have that right attitude. So you have to split your day in a meaningful manner, that you contribute at least step by step towards that meaningful or the ideal life of yours. So other things I think you can understand: get your relationships in order, be fully present with your family, and the trust and likability. Those are two major factors that you need in your life, maybe your academic life, maybe your corporate life. But those things majorly comes from the family. So when you get comfortable with your opinions, when your parents or your siblings trust you and they like you, you get the confidence, and then eventually you end up getting the same trustworthiness and likability from your peers, your colleagues, your subordinates as well. And there was another type in the book. It's about quiet time. So at the end of the day, have you sum up everything you did, and you become peaceful, and you avoid thinking about anything, and then you go towards peaceful sleep. So that is the 7th type. So I guess the topic I selected is not very technical, and you may not be able to directly take it into your project management role. But I guess since you guys are working with teams, including myself, you can share these little things with others. And time management is one of the most important aspects in project management. So I guess you can incorporate the things.